Business on One is proudly brought to you by the Government Institutions Pension Fund.
The entity responsible for procuring on behalf of government agencies above a certain threshold says once bidding documents are submitted before their office by public entities, they undertake the procurement process. By September, the Central Procurement Board was dealing with 29 projects that were at various stages and estimated at a value of 1.3 billion Namibia dollars.
We spend a lot of time in meetings, understanding and directing and guiding the public entity, and the public entity convincing Central Procurement Board why a specific evaluation is needed, why this requirement that is in the bidding document is important for the execution of the project. We still have 29 projects that we currently are dealing with. We advertise or are about to advertise 2 bids soon. The evaluation, we've got currently 15 bids under evaluation. 15 of these bids under evaluation, and we have 5 of these bids under notifications and various forms of the notification. In total, the value of all of these projects are deemed to be 1.3 billion based on the cost estimate in accordance with Regulation 8.3. So that's just the cost estimate. We've got one contract that we are. If I say one contract, I think this is actually an understatement. We've got one procurement project that we have awarded that resulted in 13 different contracts that we needed to sign. So this is what the law allows us to do when we are looking at the objectives of the Act, and we would like to be fair and equitable, and we would like to make sure that more Namibians get an opportunity. We look at some of these projects and we ask whether we can unbundle it. And when we unbundle it, you will see that some projects that was originally probably meant for 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 major projects can now yield 13 different contracts that has been administered.
The board had to cancel a number of bids this year as well, as a result of most bidders found not to be responsive to the criteria.
The RFA project on automation of the RFA mass distance charges returned none of the responders or none of the bidders being responsive to our criteria set out. The same with the land acquisition bid that we ran for RFA. None of the bidders were found responsive. NAMCOR, on the other side, this is the second time we ran this, but first time we couldn't find any bidders that were responsive. The second time we found one. This particular bid went all the way to the requirements to provide us with a performance guarantee. And after extending, we found that the procurement, or this particular procurement matter, becomes a procurement risk in the sense that the bidder could not give us a procurement guarantee in the extended time that we have allowed them. And as a result, the board then went to ITB 40.2 in the bidding documents, read together with Section 55.7b of the Act, read together with Regulation 38.4 of the Act that says we need to give a person 30 days in order to provide us with a performance guarantee. Section 55.7 says if the performance guarantee is not provided within a reasonable time, the bid process will be cancelled. And as a result, this one needed to be cancelled. Telecom, this is the second time we ran this particular bid. Again, we found no responsive bidder.
The chairperson added that their vision is to be a vibrant agency that enables equitable and sustainable economic growth.
Business on One was proudly brought to you by the Government Institutions Pension Fund.